Okay, cool. But anyways, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and head to my next slide. This one right here is gonna be a tough topic. So this right here was trending. I thought it'd be a nice one to cover. Basically, and I'm glad we actually got a lady that's on here right now currently. I would love to know your opinion. I kind of wish I had more women in here for this topic. But maybe more of them, watch it a little later on and can share their opinion on it. But basically, this sister here, look, I'm not sure if she's part of Islam or not, but it looked like she may possibly be. But anyways, she was sharing a viral video where she was explaining that unfortunately our sisters have high standards for black men, but they don't have these same standards for quote unquote Zaddy, these other white counterparts and stuff like that. They can be a regular guy, they can be lame, they can dress any kind of way. As long as they think they got some kind of money or something like that, it's okay. That's the only qualifications. When the black brothers have to basically work miracles in order to really get the majority of our sisters' attention in today's time. So I thought that video was very interesting to share, and we can get some opinions about it, and also another thing that was interesting about this is as she was speaking, they were showing a lot of our sisters that were dating other ethnic group, and the guy that they were dating ended up unaliving them. I was like, wow, that is crazy. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and share this thing. Give me a second. Swear to God, when I get ready to come and try to get these on here, I'm just doing it this way. Yeah, it should be able to play this way. StreamYard, be bullshit. I want to share my whole screen. Like, hell, this thing ain't look like this. There we go. Shit.
Black women don't have standards for Zaddy. They got standards for black men, but they don't have none. None of that astronomical, super duper expectations, crazy stuff. They don't have that for Zaddy. They have it for you, black men. You got to jump through hoops. See, black women will tell black men that I'm not going to settle. So her standards are non-negotiable. They go completely out the window when a white man come along. What's that? He could be anybody. He could be a bum. He can do anything. He can be anything. He can be nothing. And she'll go for it. She'll go for it. She'll pick me for him. That's why she got all them standards. You're not a man to begin with to the modern hyena. You are a slave to them. Remember, they overseers that identify with Zaddy. So you're a slave. So you as black men gotta prove that you can.
All of these people that they're showing right here at the top were the victims. They got unalived by these counterparts that she's sharing up there.
I'm out of slave status to get to her level or above. Ain't that right, hyenas? Black men gotta prove that he can get out of slave status to be on your level or above. But the reality is, in your mind, the only one above you is master. And black men will never be William Cartwright. Black men gotta spend a ton of money. They gotta be fine. He got to be fine, okay? Not a little cute. He got to be so fine that you somewhere about to jump out your drawers. But he gotta be entertaining. He gotta be funny. He gotta be charming. He gotta be this. He gotta be that. He gotta take care of your kids, or at least feed them on the first date. If you got, 2, 3 kids, you expect him to take you on an expensive date, and you expect him to pay for food to go so you can feed your kids and your mom. That's it.
Damn. You said, and your mama is at the house. All right, so that was the video I was talking about. So I would love to see the opinions of people that's in here. Yeah, Felicia didn't pass away. I was like, dang, bro, don't put that on Felicia. Yeah, it's a heavy topic for sure. You said that saying is true for some folks, that you can take them out of the hood, but can't take the hood out of them. That is absolutely true. DeMarcus, I already watched Beauty in Black, so I'm already up to speed with that. And I must say, I think that might be one of Tyler Perry's best pieces, if not the best show. But yeah, I already watched it. Most definitely on both sides at this point. Black women and black men hate each other, and it's so sad. Well, I definitely agree with you on that. But this is where the challenge is. That's different, though. I must say this. Black men don't change because men don't change. If you are a fine sister, you already are in the door. If you got a good attitude on you, you probably gonna get wiped up. If you're willing to be on the man's program, like originally it's supposed to be for so many years, now so many women have an issue with following the man. They're saying, oh, our men aren't leaders, but you won't listen. You can't lead what won't listen. So that's a major issue. But what she's implying is that all of these superficial standards that they have for black men, white man could come out there with cargos on, a t-shirt, some sandals, with his damn feet out, can even have a gut some of the time, and they won't apply that same pressure with him. All you got to do is have a little money on him, and you're gonna take him. A lot of them do that. A black man with that same swag wouldn't have a chance. Because even the ones that's regular guys, most of them don't have a chance. Because in today's society, most of our sisters aren't attractive. I don't even want to say sisters when it comes to that. Most women in general don't even seeing that these people exist. I think we have it a little worse, but The modern day women, when it comes to that, it's bad. But pretty much, yeah. I do see it all the time. Where some of the time, well, not all the time. Let me correct myself. I don't see it all the time. I do see it where some of the times you can see a sister walking around with a dude that look regular, would be considered a bomb if he was in our community, and they be walking around with him like it ain't nothing, because the standards, I don't know, it's like we've been conditioned. But on the flip side, here's the way where you right all in. I see this all the time. These white dudes, when they get a sister, most of the time they going for something fine. They ain't going for the regular. Our brothers, when we do that, we be having some very average looking, borderline smuggly looking white women. Unless you a top tier, black man. A lot of them they'll just settle for anything. But that goes to say what I said is, as long as you bring the peace, they'll be okay with it. But what I'm saying is, a black man could be basically bringing to the table the same thing that the white counterparts are bringing to it, and you won't accept them. And I believe that's some kind of mental issue with us that we have, because in our heads, when you're with somebody that's white, you're doing something right. Like, oh, you're successful. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times we look at them as validity that, I made it. I can go in certain spaces and stuff that I once upon a time couldn't go in. Let me check up on these comments. Love you all, black man. I don't identify with the slander of you at all. Thank you. We love you too, sister. And I'm the same way with the sister. I don't play about niggas sitting around just bashing the sisters like that. It's a difference between telling the truth and holding them to a standard. That's different than just straight up just bashing them, saying, oh, all them hoes going, all them hoes this, that, and that. Oh, they hated that. They don't want. That's not all of them. So if the sister not in the wrong and stuff like that, you're not about to put that whole dark cloud on all our sisters. That's what I'm not going to allow. But I will say, a lot of them do prove them right, unfortunately, with some of the actions that they make, trying to fight men. That's another thing that I think is very crazy in today's society. So many sisters that be wanting to raise their hand to a man, and you anytime you do that, you're out of the line, unless you're defending yourself because he's attacking you or he's attacking your children or something like that. But it's too many times where they can just, because you mad, you think that gives you the authority to put your hands on them. It doesn't. And as far as black men, I mean, come on. As men, you don't supposed to be putting your hands on women. We know that. So that goes without saying. Yes, sir. That's how I feel too. Our sisters are the best. And I think the other ignorant groups know that too. The only thing is they probably don't want to deal with the attitude that a lot of them come with too. I'm sorry. A lot of them come with a very funky attitude. And that's the reason why you get involved. But I think our sister's biggest issue is not understanding economics through the social media. That's the biggest issue, because so many of us are well, I say us like I'm one. So many of our sisters are chasing the same stature of men that only exist in a very small part. Like I think if women would really get it installed into their heads, and obviously I'm not talking about all women, some of them probably do understand, but majority of them, especially the younger generation of today, they don't. They don't understand that, hey, oh, I want a man that's balling. I want a man to make $100,000 a year or more. A lot of them be wanting more than that because 100,000 is not enough for them no more. But just by you wanting $100,000 a year, you have lowered your chances of a man down to 15%. Only 15% of men exist now for you. Now you got to eliminate the gays. Now you're down to maybe 10%. Then you got to eliminate the ones that's already married. Now you're down to only probably 6% of them left. Then you got to consider the ones that you ain't actually attracted to. But some of them have these crazy standards. Oh, he got to be 6 feet. Now you're probably down to 1%. You're not understanding that. Then on top of that, you're not okay with sharing a man. You all want a man that's monogamous. That most of the time in those tier of men, they don't exist. So that's the reason why a lot of our sisters are single, and then they're shouting out, "It ain't no good men." No, you threw away 90-some% of the men, so you can't even find out. That's the issue. But what the sister here is implying is that you don't hold those same standards for white men. You only hold those standards for us. You said being a good woman is not high on this list now to the new group of men. Could you elaborate a little bit what you mean by that? Season 2 of Beauty in Black will drop this September 11th. Really? The trailer came out today. Damn, Demarcus, you just dropped some news on me. I did not know that. Okay, I might go ahead and do a breakdown for Beauty in Black trailer and for Reasonable Doubt, because they dropped their trailer yesterday. We give the negative few in our culture to go, and they have the most say, which does not apply to people like me. Double standards can even manifest in life and death situation within the healthcare system, where Black women are more likely to experience disparities in care and treatment and pain and symptoms. That is true. That's absolutely, unfortunately, they think Black women's tolerance as far as childbirth is so much greater than the other ethnic groups that a lot of them tend to, end up dying in childbirth because the doctors aren't listening to them when they're telling them the pain is too severe. So that's definitely a thing. Yeah, absolutely. Dating outside your race do be considered that. But more and more as I grow up, as I get older, I start to understand it more because of the dilemma that we are dealing with. But I don't know, for me, I probably only could date or marry a sister. I just can't see myself dating outside my race, marrying outside of my race. They're just me. I don't hit them when I'm mad, but I'll defend myself if I have to. I was taught by my aunt, if a woman hits you, keep your pimp hands strong. Hey, I'm going to say this. I think was told something similar. I'm going to just end with that. You said a good woman, now a hoe? What do that mean? This one right here, I knew this one right here would be a little hot. But yeah, I'm gonna wait on your response with that when you said good women are hoes. because I don't know how that go together. But I would love to see you maybe explain a little bit more of what you mean by that. What's up with your support? And you know, all in. I'm not sure if I ever said it why you was on the live before, but I am going to start a podcast. It's going to be coming soon. We're going to do a tester probably this coming Sunday, where I got a group of sisters and also have a group of black men. It's going to be a black panel where we basically have topics similar to this, diving deep into issues among the culture. And, you know, we're going to be dealing with hot topics such as this, but, you know, it's going to be very diverse on some of the topics that we're going to speak on. So I think a lot of these issues, you know, need to be talked about, and we need to be able to express ourselves freely. I think it's way too much judgment when it comes to us and a lot of things of how we're feeling and seeing certain things. So that's something else that I'm gonna launch. Not exactly sure what the day that we're gonna, you know, debut. I know we're gonna do a practice run Saturday, so that we can kind of get familiar with, you know, how it's gonna be done. And the reason I'm telling you this, I mean, you seem like you might be a good candidate, and it could also help with, you know, YouTube content, growing your channel. If you're interested, the door is open. Did that nigga just say, give me $1? What? You say, am I collabing? Of course, I'm always open to collab with people. I tell people that all the time. And the crazy thing is, certain people reach out to me, and I tell them, yeah, I'm open. Just, you know, hit me on my IG or, you know, reach out to me. They never do it. I don't know if it's they're afraid to do it. 'Cause a lot of people are afraid to come on, you know, come on camera or, you know, speak in public like that. But I do get it. It can be challenging, especially when you got a lot of people watching you and stuff like that, and you're sensitive, worrying about what people might say. But you know, working in the field that I work in, you know, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I took public speaking, growing, you know, while I was in college and shit, so I'm kind of prepared for it. But we live in whole culture. If you are not that, you are looked as nothing. You have to be outside instead of taking care of home. Well, I will say that is, I don't think that's really accurate. What I would say to that is, I think men are looking for, if you're saying men are looking for the hoe, sure, because niggas just love an easy target to go, you know, go and get them. But as far as what they're wifing up, no, they're not looking at that. Do some hoes get wiped up? Absolutely. But look at how it turned out. We got a couple situations where you know what they were in their past life. Then once it goes sour, niggas acting like they surprised. So I'm not saying that you know, no hoes get wiped up and stuff like that, but no, we definitely, like, for me, I definitely love the women that, like my girl. I wouldn't have her coming on stuff like this and stuff like that, because I don't want the world, you know, looking at her and stuff and hearing certain things and stuff like that. Like, y'all don't need to know that. So I'm a person that love the women that still, you know, not saying you can work, sure, if you want to work, go ahead. But, you know, the ones that, I'll say this, the ones that tend to want their career over their men, it don't work out a lot of the time. See, I think the confusion is a lot of women think putting their career first and collecting a certain amount of money qualifies them as a good woman, and that's not exactly true. like Corey Hogan said, baby mama get the women, or black men, okay, you say, get the women they know will destroy them. Hey, a lot of them are doing it. I gotta agree with you. I mean, look at what's happening. We got so many different cases of it. But I would say, but I'm gonna say this though. I think that's more of the men that are celebrities. The average black man don't do that. That's not you. You can't really say that's the case with the average black man. But see, this is the problem. Like I said earlier, these regular average men don't exist to most women. They don't even look their way. You're not doing something that is valued, and then other people can look at it and be like, damn, yeah, I remember, that's the dude who do that, X, Y, Z. They don't want to look your way. You're just a regular guy that's that's a fireman, a plumber, a construction guy, electrician. A lot of the women aren't attracted to that no more, which is kind of crazy. Hey, Mike, what is up with you saying I hate you? We ain't doing that. What are we talking about? I can't do this no longer, man. You're gonna have to change your ways, or I get back in the game. What are you talking about, dude? That's true, and we have categories: grown boys versus men, women versus grown girls. Yeah, unfortunately. Hey, we've been on this topic a very long time. I'm gonna go ahead and move